Hello, on this day, 30 years ago, Sunday, June the 17th, 1984. Went fishing down Monty's, but the fish just wouldn't bite. It was far too hot. Wish it was far too hot today. It's actually quite pleasant out there. It's kind of cool and overcast, but pleasant. Yes, Monty's. That was the stretch of the Great Ouse that ran behind the gravel pits in Deanshanger. And it was my favourite stretch of river. I usually walked there or maybe cycled, and there were a couple of routes to it, depending. But either way, you had to cross a field, and in that field there was always a bull. And this bull was a bastard. It was a big, aggressive bastard. And basically, when you went fishing, you checked which field it was in, and you always kept an eye on where it was, because if it saw you, if it was in the field that you were in, it would charge at you. And you couldn't... there were some places where you could get down the bank close to the water and it wouldn't see you, but on a lot of it, you were actually quite high up. If you caught anything big, you needed a landing net with a long pole, because the banks were way up above the water, and you were like in the field and casting out over the barbed wire fence. But there was an occasion, and I don't remember exactly when, where I was fishing and I didn't see the bull come into the field that I was fishing in, and I glanced round at one point, and there was the bull running towards me quite rapidly. And there's me with all my... Well, I was fishing light. I didn't have my full kit. I had one rod, I had a sort of a bag, satchel thing, and I had a net. And I just happened to be holding them all at that point. And I looked round, and here's the bull running towards me, and I legged it, and I ran, and there was a spinney, which is like a stand of trees, and there's a fence around it so the bull can't get in, and I ran towards that, and I basically leapt head first over the barbed wire fence and landed in the spinney, safe from the bull. The problem with the spinney was it wasn't just trees in there, it was nettles. Lots and lots and lots of stinging nettles, and I landed face first up to, well, just, I was on the floor, you know, in the nettles. Oh, God. Yeah, that was fun. That didn't very likely happen on this day 30 years ago, but that was a thing that happened while fishing in that place. I liked fishing there, but that bull wasn't good. Thing is, they were allowed, you know, it was vicious and everything, it was a bastard, but it wasn't a public right of way, there was no public footpath through there, so they were allowed to have it there. I don't believe they're allowed to put bulls in fields where there is a public footpath, but it wasn't. They just like happened to, the angling club had an agreement with the farmer that we could fish in his field along that stretch of river, but he was perfectly entitled to have his bull there. You just had to be so careful. Hated it. There you go. That was sometime 30 years ago. I'll go now. Thank you for watching.